The navigation bar is the bar that you should cling to. The navigation bar is a user interface element where you can access navigation tools. So, to start, open Navisworks and follow along. The first thing I'd like to look at is, if you opened Navisworks and found that this panel disappeared, I'm going to close navigation bar. To restore this, go to View, hit Navigation Bar. Now, at the very bottom, hit the drop down. We can turn on and turn off items as we prefer. We can dock the toolbar to the view cube, to the left or to the right, or wherever we want. Then we can go to specific navigation bar options. For our orbit tools, we can use Classic Orbit, Classic Free Orbit, or Classic Constraint Orbit. To be completely honest, I don't prefer using classic features. If you prefer the old way, go and turn these on and see how they work for you. We can export this to a CSV file or import if we have our upgrade. Next, go to the Viewpoint tab and in the navigation panel, click the Navigate button down. We can choose how to accelerate or slow down if you are going around. You'll find when you're walking through a model or flying through a model, you might want to turn up or down. Now we'll see the same items that are also on the navigation bar. Notice that usually there are more than one way to do one thing. Next, you will be educated how to use the walk tool. As usual, walking is the first actual navigation we should learn, and this is the navigation command you'll probably use the most. Yes, other programs give you this tool, but Navisworks does it in a manner that doesn't kill your computer down as you are doing it. So to start, let's open the file mynavisworksmodel.nwd, or of course you can use your own model if you want to walk through. I'm going to come over to my navigation bar. The button we're going to use is 2 little feet. That is the walkthrough button. Go ahead and select that button and see the little feet onto your scene. To start walking forward, I'm going to hold down the mouse left button and move my mouse forward. Notice the farther you move your mouse away, the faster you will go. You can stop and you can pull your mouse back and you'll back up. Also, there is the ability to pan up and down. To do this, I'll hold down my Shift key while holding down the scroll button on my mouse. If you moved your mouse towards you with these 2 buttons held down, you can pan down the model. Once you let go of the 2 buttons, you'll stop. Now what I want to do is, I'd like to get inside my building model. To go forward, hold down the left mouse button. Go and guide yourself towards this reception room. You can see that we are way too high of the room, so I'll get to a point where we are in the front of the opening. I'm going to hold down my Shift button and my scroll button. I'm going to scroll down. Now I'm comfortable enough that I'm going to fit through the opening. I'm going to hold down my left button and scroll forward. Navisworks will walk us through the curtain wall. Now we are in the reception room and we can stop. Now you're free to roam about the model any way you see fit. Congratulations, you have learned how to walk. Was it so bad? Well, one thing I've learned, however, it takes a lot of practice not to accidentally walk through walls. This is going to take some time and patience. Let's see next to learn how to get benefits from the Orbit tool. When it comes to the Orbit tool, this will be the function you will want to master. By the Orbit tool, you can rotate your entire model or to more easily zoom in and zoom out. So to get started, let's open the file and follow along. Actually, the Orbit tool may be your default. If it is not, go ahead and click the Orbit button. Notice that you have like a little recycle icon. Now to rotate around your model, simply hold down your mouse left button and move it in the directions you'd like to orbit. Up or down, left or right. To further control the pivot point of rotation, We can select an object and rotate around it. For example, if I wanted to rotate around this tree, you can hover your pointer over the tree, right-click, and just click on Select. Now when I hold down the Lift button, notice that my focus is on that tree. If we want to zoom in on the tree, hover over the top of it and wheel away from you. Now we are zooming in on the tree. If you hold down the Lift button, notice that we are still orbiting about that tree. If you'd like to pan right or left, down or up, simply hold down the wheel button and it temporarily moves you to the pan command. Hit escape a couple of times to deselect the tree. If you wheel way back, you can zoom out. Now that we are getting used to the Orbit tool, which is actually one of my favorites in Navisworks.